too hard to skip the beat. Hey
everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this delicious creamy spinach stuffed salmon. So let's get started with the video. First, we're going to make some mashed potatoes to go with our salmon. Begin by peeling and chopping 4 to 5 russet potatoes. When you're finished, place them in a pot and then add water. Add 1 teaspoon of salt, and then bring the water to a boil. Boil your potatoes for 10 minutes, and then when they have finished cooking, drain the water from the pot. Once you drain the water from the pot, mash your potatoes. Also, make sure to reduce your heat to low or turn off the heat if it's too high. Next, add 4 tablespoons of Next, gradually add 1 cup of heavy cream. This is optional, but I usually like to add crushed garlic and rosemary to my heavy cream and then let it simmer for about 5 minutes. It adds a bit more flavor to the cream and to the mashed potatoes. Once you've added all of your cream, mix in 2 ounces of cream cheese, 1/4 cup of sour cream, a half a teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Now that the mashed potatoes are done, we can move on and make our stuffed salmon. In a pan over medium heat, cook 4 slices of bacon. Once the bacon has finished cooking, remove it from the pan and then add a half a cup of diced onions. Proceed to cook the onions for about 5 minutes. After cooking the onions, add about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic and then cook everything together for about 1 to 2 minutes. After cooking your onions and garlic, add 4 ounces of spinach. Cook the spinach for about 3 to 5 minutes or until it has completely wilted. Once you finish cooking your spinach, remove it from the pan and set it to the side. Next, chop up the bacon you cooked before. When you're finished, set it to the side. Next, in a bowl, add the spinach you cooked before, 4 ounces of cream cheese, your chopped bacon, a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, a 1/4 cup of mozzarella cheese, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon pepper, 1/8 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/8 teaspoon onion powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Once you've added all of your ingredients, mix everything together until well combined. When you're finished making your filling, set it to the side. Next, take 2 pieces of salmon and cut a pocket on the side of the salmon. Make sure not to cut too deep or too far, or your salmon might come apart when you're stuffing it or when you're cooking it. You just need to cut the pocket big enough to add a good amount of your filling. When you finish cutting your salmon, season it. I season my salmon with pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, Old Bay, and paprika. When you have finished seasoning your salmon, stuff a good amount of your filling into the salmon. Make sure not to add too much filling or you might overstuff the salmon. When you finish preparing your salmon, you can go ahead and cook them. In a large pan over medium heat, add your salmon. I still had a bit of bacon grease left over from when I cooked the bacon, so I just used that to grease the pan. So you can do what I did, or you can use butter or olive oil. Once you add your salmon to the pan, cook each side for 5 to 6 minutes. Once your salmon is finished cooking, flip it over again and then add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter and a sprig of rosemary and a sprig of thyme. Then baste your salmon in the butter. If your salmon isn't completely cooked yet, cover the pan with a lid and continue to cook it for 2 to 3 more minutes until completely cooked through. Once you finish basting your salmon and your salmon is completely cooked, take it out of the pan. Now that everything is finished cooking, all you have to do is plate it up and enjoy. And this is the finished result. This was absolutely delicious. It was very flavorful. Everything went together really well. The salmon was absolutely delicious. I loved the filling and the salmon was well seasoned. It was especially good when you squeeze some lemon juice on top. Oh, and I ended up cooking some asparagus to go with the whole meal. It paired really well with the mashed potatoes and the salmon, and the mashed potatoes were so good. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone! Today I'll be teaching you how to make a crab stuffed salmon with a garlic cream sauce, mashed potatoes, and sugar peas on the side. This meal is super delicious, so let's get started with the video. We're going to begin by making our crab mixture that will go inside our salmon. In a small pan over medium heat, melt some butter. Then add 1/4 cup of diced onions and 1/4 cup of diced bell peppers. Lightly season your peppers and onions with salt and pepper. Then saute your peppers and onions for 5 minutes or until translucent. When everything is finished cooking, take it off the heat and set it to the side. In a small bowl, add 1 egg. Then beat the egg until smooth. When you're finished, set your beaten egg to the side. Now, in a large bowl, add a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/8 teaspoon of Creole seasoning, a 1/2 tablespoon of Old Bay, 1 tablespoon of dried parsley, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, 1 1/2 teaspoon of hot sauce or Old Bay hot sauce, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Whisk everything together until well combined. Then add your egg. After that, add 16 ounces of lump crab meat. Then add a 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs, your peppers and onions, and 1/4 cup of green onions. Fold everything together until well combined. When you're finished, set your crab stuffing to the side. Now we're going to make some mashed potatoes. So for my mashed potatoes, I will be using and peeling 5 red potatoes. You don't have to use red potatoes. Honestly, it'd be easier if you just used regular potato. The only reason I use red potatoes is because I had some left over from a video, and they were the only kind of potatoes we had in the house at the time. If you decide to use the regular potatoes or the russet potatoes for this recipe, all you need are 2 large potatoes. When you're finished preparing your potatoes, place them inside the microwave for 7 to 8 minutes. When your potatoes are finished cooking in the microwave, place them inside a large bowl. Then mash your potatoes. Then add 4 tablespoons of salted butter, a half a cup of heavy cream, a fourth a cup of sour cream, 1 ounce of cream cheese, 1/4 or 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Mix everything together until well combined. When you're finished, set your mashed potatoes to the side. Now let's prepare our salmon. The type of salmon I'm using are Atlantic salmon fillets. Using paper towels, pat your salmon dry. When you're finished, set your salmon to the side. Then, lightly grease a tinfoil covered baking sheet with olive oil. Lay 1 piece of salmon on your baking sheet. Then, add your crab mixture on your salmon fillet. When you've added a good amount of your crab mixture, go ahead and add the second salmon fillet on top. After that, score your salmon, which is basically cutting shallow lines into your salmon. This will help the salmon cook faster. Then, brush your salmon with melted butter. Now season your salmon with pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and Old Bay. Add a bit more melted butter on top. And then place in the oven at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. While the salmon is cooking in the oven, we're gonna make our garlic cream sauce. Add a bit of olive oil in a small saucepan over medium heat. Then add 1/4 cup of diced onions. Sauté your onions for about 2 to 3 minutes, then add a half a tablespoon of minced garlic. Cook the garlic with the onions for about 1 minute. Then add a half a cup of chicken broth. Let that simmer for about a minute and then add 2 tablespoons of butter. When your butter has melted, add 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Now add the juice of half of a lemon, one-fourth teaspoon of dill weed, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Then mix everything together until well combined. If you let this mixture simmer for a bit, it will become thicker. When you're finished making your garlic cream sauce, set it to the side. Now we're just going to saute our sugar peas. In a small pan over medium heat, add some butter. Then add your sugar peas. Lightly season your sugar peas with salt and pepper. Saute your sugar peas for 3 to 5 minutes. When they're finished cooking, take them off the heat and set them to the side. Now that you've finished cooking everything, it's time to plate everything up. So basically what I did was I just laid down my mashed potatoes in the center of my plate, and then I added my salmon on top and added the cream sauce on top of the salmon. Then I just added more cream sauce and my sugar peas around the salmon. And this is the finished product. This came out way better than I expected. The salmon was well seasoned and everything went together perfectly. It tasted really good and I had to keep myself from eating it while I was cooking. Especially the mashed potatoes. I kept eating them and I had to stop myself. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I would totally give this recipe a try. Thank you so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'll be teaching you how to make brown butter honey garlic salmon with bacon roasted Brussels sprouts. The recipes I used for this video will be down in the description below. I'm super excited to show you guys how to make this, so let's get started with the video. Begin by patting your salmon dry. After that, score your salmon. This is to make sure that your salmon cooks evenly. Now season your salmon with pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and a bit of Old Bay. When you're finished, set your salmon to the side. In an iron skillet, melt 1/4 cup of butter over medium heat. Continue to cook your melted butter until it becomes brown butter. Occasionally stir your butter until the foam settles and your butter has become brown. Once you've made your brown butter, add 1/4 cup of honey. Stir in your honey until your butter and honey are well combined. Then add 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Saute your garlic for about 1 minute. After that, add 1 or 1/2 tablespoon of soy sauce, one-4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Now that everything is well combined, go ahead and add your salmon into the pan. Coat your salmon in the glaze. Then cook your salmon for 3 to 4 minutes. Add some lemon wedges to your salmon and then place your salmon in the oven on broil for 5 to 6 minutes. Once your salmon is finished cooking, add some of the leftover sauce on top. And that's it, your glazed salmon is finished. Now let's move on to making the Brussels sprouts. We're going to start by cleaning 1 pound of Brussels sprouts. Rinse your Brussels sprouts with cold water. Then, rub the outside of your Brussels sprouts with your finger to remove any dirt. Then, take your Brussels sprout and cut off the stem. Also, make sure you don't cut off too much of the stem because it can cause extra sprouts to fall off. Once the stem is removed, peel off a few of the outer layers that appear dirty or blemished. After that, cut your Brussels sprout in half, and then set it to the side. Repeat this process until you run out of Brussels sprouts. When you're finished, place your Brussels sprouts in a large bowl and then set it to the side. This step is totally optional. It's only if you like your bacon really cooked like I do. Place your bacon into the microwave for about 2 minutes. Now stack 4 pieces of bacon on top of each other and cut them into pieces. When you're finished, set your bacon to the side. In the large bowl with your Brussels sprouts, add 2 teaspoons of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, 3 teaspoons of minced garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, your bacon from before, two tablespoons of honey, and 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Mix everything together until well combined. Place your Brussels sprouts on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper or a silicone mat. Spread out your Brussels sprouts and bacon. Then cook your Brussels sprouts and bacon in the oven at 375 degrees for 17 to 20 minutes. And that's it, you've made bacon roasted Brussels sprouts. Now we're just going to make some rice to go with our salmon and Brussels sprouts. Add 1 cup of rice into a bowl. Then wash your rice. Once you finish washing your rice, add 1.5 cups of water, then cook your rice. Once your rice is finished cooking, you can go ahead and plate everything up. I added my salmon on top of the rice and I placed my Brussels sprouts and bacon on the side. I also added more glaze on top of my salmon. And that's it, you are all finished. This is the finished result. Everything came out beautifully and the Brussels sprouts were actually pretty good. I kept eating them with the bacon and I had to stop myself before I ate all of it. The salmon was really good and the glaze tasted delicious. By the way, you don't have to add soy sauce in your glazed sauce if you don't want to. I just like soy sauce, so I added it in mine, but it's totally optional. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'll be teaching you how to make these delicious and crispy salmon nuggets. So let's get started with the video. We're going to begin by making a dill weed sauce. Chop up some fresh dill weed, or you can use dried dill weed. When you're finished, set it to the side. Next, in a bowl, add 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, 1/2 cup of sour cream, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and 1/4 cup of dried or fresh dill weed. Mix everything together until well combined. When you're finished, set your sauce to the side. Next, in a bowl, add 1 cup of buttermilk, 1 egg, and some hot sauce. Mix everything together until well combined and then set it to the side. Next, in a bowl, add 3/4 cup of flour. Then add your seasonings. I added pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, Creole seasoning, Old Bay, and paprika. Mix the seasonings into the flour and then set it to the side. Next, cut up 2 salmon fillets into pieces. When you're finished cutting up your salmon, season them. I seasoned my salmon with pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, Old Bay, and paprika. When you finish seasoning your salmon, you can start coating them. First, coat your salmon in the flour. Then, in the buttermilk mixture. Then, back into the flour. Oh, and to get those little crispy bits on your salmon nuggets, add about 1 to 2 spoonfuls of your buttermilk mixture into your flour mixture. Mix the buttermilk into the flour to make those little crispy bits. Or when you dip your salmon into the buttermilk mixture, don't shake off the excess buttermilk and place it straight into the flour mixture. Covering the salmon with flour and then pressing down should create the same effect when you take it out. When you finish coating your salmon, you can begin frying them. In a pot or a deep fryer, fry your salmon nuggets at 350 degrees for 5 to 7 minutes or until crispy and golden brown. When you finish frying your salmon nuggets, take them out and place them on a paper towel covered plate or on a wire rack. When you finish cooking all of your salmon, you can go ahead and plate everything up. And this is the finished result! These are super easy and delicious. The dill sauce tasted really good with the salmon nuggets. The salmon nuggets were crispy and well seasoned. And they were easy to make. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make the viral TikTok salmon rice bowl with teriyaki salmon. So let's get started with the video. Begin by washing your rice. And to do that, all you have to do is rinse your rice multiple times, about 3 to 4 times, or until the water is clear, making sure to stir your rice between each rinse. When you're finished, place your rice in your rice cooker. Add your water to your rice. I'm adding 1.5 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. Then place the lid on top and cook your rice. While the rice is cooking, we're going to prepare and cook our salmon. Begin by seasoning your salmon. I'm seasoning mine with pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika. Make sure to season both sides of your salmon. When you finish seasoning, coat your salmon in teriyaki sauce. Once you've finished coating your salmon, place it in the oven at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. When your salmon has finished cooking, your rice should be done cooking as well, and you can begin assembling your salmon rice bowl. In a bowl, add as much rice as you want. Then add soy sauce, Tsp mayo, or Japanese mayo, sriracha, your teriyaki salmon, some seaweed, sesame seeds, sliced avocado, and green onions. And this is the finished result. This is the rice bowl before I smashed it and mixed everything together. It's such a simple and easy dish, but it will fill you up real quick. Plus, it tastes really good. Like, I would totally make this again. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hello, welcome to the outtakes. Okay, so this is just the rice bowl after I smashed it up. Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this herb crusted baked salmon with Tuscan pasta. This was absolutely delicious and I can't wait to show you guys how to make it, so let's get started with the video. We're going to begin by making the breadcrumb mixture that goes on top of the salmon. First, process pieces of stale bread in a food processor. The bread I'm using is brioche bread, but you can use whatever type of bread you want. When you have finished making the breadcrumbs, you can begin making the breadcrumb mixture. In a bowl, add a half a cup of breadcrumbs, a quarter cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 1 tablespoon of rosemary, 1 tablespoon of parsley, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Once you've added all of your ingredients, mix everything together until well combined. When you have finished making your breadcrumb mixture, set it to the side. Next, we're going to prepare our salmon. Place 1 salmon fillet on a cutting board. Then, coat the salmon in a bit of olive oil. Next, season the salmon fillet with your preferred seasonings. I'm seasoning my salmon with pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, Old Bay, and paprika. Make sure to season your salmon on all sides. When you finish seasoning your salmon, brush a layer of Dijon mustard on top. add a layer of breadcrumbs. Repeat this process with your second salmon fillet. When you have finished preparing both your salmon fillets, place them on a baking sheet. Next, bake the salmon in the oven at 400 degrees for 13 to 17 minutes. While the salmon is baking in the oven, we're going to make our Tuscan pasta. In a pot filled with water, add salt. Bring the water to a boil and then add your pasta noodles. Cook the noodles for however long it says to on the package. While the noodles are cooking, we're going to start on the sauce. In a large pan over medium heat, add olive oil. Then add a half a cup of diced onions. Sauté the onions for about 3 to 5 minutes or until translucent. Once you finish sautéing your onions, add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Sauté the garlic with the onions for about 1 to 2 minutes. Then add a half a cup of sun-dried tomatoes. Cook the sun-dried tomatoes for about 5 minutes. Next, add a half a cup of chicken broth and 2 cups of heavy cream. Mix everything together and then bring your sauce to a simmer. Let your sauce simmer for about 3 to 5 minutes or until it starts to become thick. Once your sauce starts to become thick, add 2 to 3 cups of spinach and let it cook down in the sauce. Once the spinach starts to wilt, add a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Next, add a half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and 1 tablespoon of parsley. Mix everything together until well combined and then add your pasta noodles. After mixing in your pasta noodles, you are all finished making your Tuscan pasta. By now your salmon should be done baking in the oven, so all that's left is to plate everything up. And this is the finished result. This whole dish was so good, especially the Tuscan pasta. The Tuscan pasta was creamy and delicious, and the salmon was flavorful and went with the pasta perfectly. Be careful who you make this for because my mom wouldn't stop talking about this dish until I made it for her again. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!